Hey, it's me again in my Cult Gear 101 clothing. My old giant jumper. The t-shirt would not be one that would fit Funny Town because it would have to be closer to the collarbone up here before I could actually wear this together like this. And the scarf would not be a little bow, it would be a kerchief covering my head. If you don't know who I am, I'm Suzanne Titkemeyer. I used to write for Pathos, a column called No Longer Quivering that was about the quiverful movement, about the arm of non-denominational evangelicalism that believed that every single child was a gift from God and that you should not suppress that gift by using birth control or doing anything to avoid babies. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Nothing allowed. Just embrace each and every one you had. I was not able to do that because I had medical issues. Um, if you could do the YouTube things, hit like, subscribe, click the bell notifications. Don't bully anybody I'm about to talk about. Also, these are my opinions formed over nearly 20 years in one of these high demand religious organizations. Okay, yesterday I did a video on the differences between IBLP, led by Bill Gothard, and on the other hand, John MacArthur of the Masters University and or Masters College, whatever he's calling it now, and Grace Community Church. I've had some pushback and comments and emails and people sending me Twitter messages, so I need to clarify a couple things. I said they are and they aren't the same thing. I stand by that. There are some big differences, but their core values are going to be very similar. Where the IBLP gets off the bubble is they start adding what I call extra biblical things that aren't based in scientific fact to their version. Plus, the other big dividing line is one I did not make clear yesterday that I need to do now. The dividing line is between hard complementarism, soft complementarism. What do I mean by that? Complementarism, it's a theology that's taught that hard complementarism, the kind that biblical gender roles preaches, the kind that the new IFB preaches, the kind that the IBLP preaches, is that men and women are different. It would be for the Bill Gothard umbrella illustration: God, man, children, and women. So that tells you all you need to know about hard complementarism. They believe that women are lesser than men. They're not allowed to vote. They're not allowed to do any number of normal things in hard complementarism. And they want you to do all the stuff and smile, put up with any kind of thing, put up with abuse, smile, win your husband without a word, even if he is beating the crap out of you. Smile, smile, smile. You're only allowed positive emotions. And this explains why worldwide there is a huge phenomenon of women under these repressive women as second-class citizens faiths that a lot of antidepressant use, a majority of it takes place in these places, huge percentage. Soft complementarism is a little bit different. The thing with soft is that it is very deceptive, I think. I think would be a good word to describe it as deceptive. They say in their theology, oh yeah, we believe men and women are equal. Equal but separate. Now, where have we heard that one before? Equal but separate. We've heard that when the racists of the U.S. tried to justify treating people of color a very different way. Soft complementarism treats women better than hard complementarism, but it's still not good. It still messes with your mind, some of the things that are said. They believe in strict gender roles. No, they say they believe in equality, but they believe strict gender roles. Women are only allowed to do some things, men are only allowed to do some things, and never the twain shall meet. Which I was just ranting earlier about my mother fussing about me putting out the trash. That is the ultimate in soft complementarism. And my poor mother, who's a feminist, didn't even realize that's what she was doing. I pointed out later and said, it doesn't matter who shifts the can to the curb. It just does not. It is not a gendered job. So there's so much about soft complementarism that is just out there, that they're just running their mouths, doing all this kind of stuff and talking about. Oh, we really value women. We love women, even though they're not actually treating women with any kind of respect or love. So that's soft complementarism. Equal but separate. Different gender roles. Hard complementarism. God, man, women, children, women as lesser beings. And that is really where that thing slices out between those two. So yeah, Ginger Duggar-Violo making that switch from women are lesser beings that cause their own essay, because that's what the IBLP teaches, to a kinder, gentler kind of complementarism. I hope and pray that she is able to continue her journey, because it is her journey. We can't really impact or affect that in any way, shape, or form. Go girl, you go. I hope you're getting therapy, because leaving a high demand organization, even for a different version of a high demand organization, can really mess with your mind. I've said this again and again about myself. I've had to really dig deep and just start doing things differently and thinking about things differently. And here's the thing, when you leave these things and you start on your journey, one of the most pervasive things is the old high demand religious organizations' thoughts are going to be in here. And it's hard to shut that voice down. Example. And I'm not saying this is me, because this is obviously not me. But I've had girlfriends that confess this to me. Leaving these high demand religious organizations and then being on the beach here, one of mine said, my first thought seeing a girl wearing a thong bikini was, look at that SLUT with her body on display. I said, but I know how wrong that is, but that thought is still the first one that pops up. Well, the only way to defeat those kind of thoughts is to tell them the truth, to say to yourself, there is no way to judge this woman's character, her soul, or anything else by what she's wearing. If she were walking around naked, it would be fine. That would really be her business. It's not my job to police force or judge the entire world. That girl is living her best life, accepting her own body as it is. And it's none of my business. It takes a long time to get to that point. So I'm hoping that Ginger can. I'm hoping that Jill is doing that, because I know Jill is in therapy, and I know her husband has been instrumental in getting her to leave the old thought patterns behind and the old theology. You guys go. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the work you're doing. And to the poster said that I'm doing way too much bashing of a certain creator. You have a point, and I just said I was not going to talk about her anymore. And today I went on there and was talking crap about her, buying herself a new car on her birthday. You're absolutely right. I said I wouldn't, and then I'd turn around and stomp all over that. I hear what you're saying, and I've said here before, the main reason that I have become kind of laser focused on her is because of the content thievery. It's because so many times I've seen her take things that I've posted at No Longer Quivering at Pathos and twist them and use them. She used part of my own spiritual coming out of my old church story. And I can't even begin to tell you what that feels like, how badly that hurts. It hurts insane. So, as badly as that hurts, as much as everybody wants to attack anybody that talks about her, I am trying to recommit to not talking about her. That's one reason why I've taken to not saying her name ever, even when I'm talking smack in my petty pants about her car purchase. None of it's right, and I'm sorry that I've gone back to doing that again. There are some things that you should just keep in your mind, and for me, that would have to be it. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. I'm deleting my earlier post because it was kind of petty and dumb, and I'm going to try my damnedest not to mention her any longer. I'll leave that for the wonderful Renelle Smith, who does such a good job of it. For Aaron of EKC People Suck, who does an excellent job of it. And she doesn't get emotional. As you can tell, I can get emotional when people are using my life story for themselves. I get very emotional when they're using things that I've written and they're not giving me credit. I always get emotional about that. Today was kind of a hard day because I discovered that somehow my computer erased 2 hard months of edits. And it's just not a good feeling. Okay, you guys, I'm ready to go eat pizza. Yay, pizza. And think more about this world and think, what direction do I really want to go with my content? Or do I even want to just erase my YouTube channel and erase my Twitter and all of my social media and just breathe in, breathe out, move on? I may want to do that coming up on my book because this is it's just too much sometimes. And when you have people that are so determined all the time to kind of smack you down, it gets to be old after a while. Okay, really going this time. Love you guys.